So the first trailer for Daredevil Born Again has just released, and I gotta say, it looks pretty cool. There are plenty of Easter eggs and connections to the MCU and the past Netflix Marvel shows, which I'm going to be talking about a few of them within this video. I think something fans have had questions about the show was if they were going to continue it from the first 3 seasons on Netflix, or basically reboot this into the MCU. And I think this trailer has given us hints and Easter eggs showing that it's kind of a new thing within the MCU, but also continuing the storyline from the Netflix shows and connecting stuff from the other Defenders. And I'm going to be telling you why with a couple of these Easter eggs. So the first thing that I think is really cool is that there's a shot of Mayor Wilson Fisk being shown all over Times Square during a New Year's Eve celebration as he's projected on all the big screens. And that shot is taken directly from the Daredevil comic, issue number 595-600. And another cool thing about that shot, which connects to past MCU shows, is if you look off to the left-hand side of the screen, there's actually a billboard for the musical Rogers that you've seen popped up before in the MCU, and especially in the show Hawkeye. So I think it's safe to say the show is still taking place not too long after the Hawkeye show, if the Rogers musical is still being marketed so highly. Unless the musical is just so popular and it has a very long running. And something that hints on how the Daredevil show will continue on from the Netflix series is that there's an advertisement for a club called Harlem's Paradise, which we all know is owned by Luke Cage. So I'm assuming it's hinting back towards the Netflix Marvel shows and kind of making sure that those past events are still important to this MCU timeline. Another cool Easter egg is during the New Year's celebrations, you can see on people's Happy New Year hats, there's an advertisement sponsor by the Pim Van Dyne Foundation. And as we know from Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, Hope converts Pym technologies into this foundation. So there's another big connection on how events from past MCU movies are trickling its way into the entire universe. Another cool Easter egg that connects this show to the Netflix version of Daredevil is when Vanessa and Wilson Fisk are having dinner together, you see a blood-splattered white portrait behind them, which ties back to the season 3 finale of the Daredevil series, which once again proves that this is continuing on from the Netflix show. And a very cool shot that we see when Daredevil has all of his masks lined up next to each other, and he has the yellow and gold one that we saw in the She-Hulk show, and we have a black one that we haven't seen in live action yet, but it's from the Shadowland Daredevil comic storyline. We have another one that we didn't see in live action yet, the gray one, where Daredevil worn that with a white suit and emerged as the purified Daredevil. And then of course we got the classic red from the old show, which seems to be his main mask throughout this show. So those are just a few things that I think are really cool that are tying this show into the old Netflix series, stuff that's tying into the MCU and making sure that it also weaves its way and fits into this giant cinematic universe that Marvel has built, and also a few new things from the comics that we haven't seen yet from a live action Daredevil. And we also got to see a glimpse of the Punisher. We all know and love him from the original Netflix series, and I can't wait to see what kind of role he plays in within this series and how he continues on for the rest of the MCU. And one last thing is that Charlie Cox has also said how they are going to begin filming season 2 of Daredevil before the first season even airs on March 4th. So that means they already have a good understanding of how Daredevil fits into the MCU and what his path is moving forward if they already feel confident in filming the next season before the show even releases. So that is all I have. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below what you thought of the trailer and what you're looking forward and hoping to seeing within this show.